Hello everyone, Sargon Destroyer of Worlds here, and welcome back to Bytown. We are back here where we last left off, where we added all these condo apartments, as well as a high school with a basketball court, some tennis courts, and a great soccer pitch. I think this looks pretty good. So we have today planned, and as per the thumbnail you would have seen, we are building a linear park. Whoa, sorry, I've installed some new mods, trying to get things figured out here. So we are going to add a linear park along here with a public library as the feature going back out this way. So let's get at it. So we're going to let the game run here. And we're going to come in and we are actually going to expand out this road just a bit. We're actually going to start curving it away from the waterfront just a bit to give it a little more dimension. And there we go. We won't worry about the tram line for now, although we will be adding some of that in soon. So let's come in first, just so we can get the scale of where we exactly want our library. And let's find the one, it's an asset I've downloaded from the workshop. So here we go, we're gonna add that in. And I love the look of this library here. It looks pretty swish. You know, I think this would be a great city amenity. And what we're going to do along here, as I mentioned, we're going to build a linear park. Now, this is actually going to be framed out with our tram line. So we're going to use this for now. And I think actually what we're going to do is we're going to move this along more over this way. We're going to move it back. We will bring it up to train heights. There we go. Come in with some parking lots on the side. So actually what this is going to have here, we're going to connect the parking lots with a drive road here. This we can come in center. And then we are going to use these parking lots here. Maybe we'll go a little bigger. Let's see how they look. Those are pretty good. Now I just noticed we're a little closer to the main road than I want to be. So we're just going to take these and move them back. And in fact, we're going to also change up this design a bit. We're going to remove that road for now, and we'll come back and add something in a moment. We're going to come in and put our parking lots on both sides. I want to come into our plazas. Oops, wrong one, not landscaping. So we're going to add this in. We're going to center this one. I think that looks pretty good. And in fact, what we're going to do, we're going to try something a little different here with our drive road. I'm going to come out. The drive road. And we're going to connect this from this way here. I think I did 5. Yeah, 5 units. Add some interest that can come in. but I really wanted to have this plaza area in front of the library, and we'll expand this out into some detailing a little later. But that is the frame. We have our public library, some parking lots, and just so that folks that do want to come in here, we will quickly add a little bit of parking. We'll add our disability parking in first, obviously, closest to the door. And we will just add a little more parking in. And we will make sure that's expanded out to the last spot. There we go. And let's just do the same thing over here for consistency. So we have our library in here, but we're not done yet because I do want to add a tram line running right along it. So in fact, I think what we will do is, although we're going to connect this up here, and we do need to run this one down. Turn off bending. As well as snapping. We're going to convert this into a tram road. So this will run up along both sides. That way we won't have to worry about as many intersections and the nodes being too close to each other and having a little bit of fit. So let me just quickly convert this to a two-lane tram road. Okay, with those in, we are going to expand our roads up. And we are going to come up and around. So now we have this. This is a space of 8 units. Come along here. Try to find our 8 units. Turn off bending. Off, I say. Off! All right, so that's just jumping around a bit too much. So we're gonna run a bike lane up here. And this is gonna be part of our frame for our linear-ish park. It may not be as linear as I thought it'd be when I was planning this out. But you can see this is starting to take shape. Now, part of the reason for this is you know, just the way the game is played, I'm trying to avoid having too many nodes close together that would cause traffic problems. So yeah, so that's the part of the thinking there. Now, what we are going to come in and do, let's have a look. That is 25 units coming across. And now we are going to convert specifically just to a tram. And let's find our tram only road. Sorry, tram track, it would be in here. So that's about the halfway point. So we're going to run this up. In fact, we're going to start to add a bit of a curve. So we have a bit of an issue here. Let me figure out what went wrong. I'll have to look a little more into why we're getting a little bit of jank on this side, but not this other side, even though it's the exact same thing. But I think you can kind of see how things are starting to shape out here. And I think it's looking pretty good. So we do need to actually make this a park. So we're going to make this a city park. We'll come in just with a small main gate. We'll add one there. And let's just add in our park district. Okay, so we have things set up here. We have our main park gate, and we're going to place a number of side gates. I don't think I'm going to charge for this park, but I do want to make sure that I do have the ability to track the number of users coming in, or I should say users, visitors, tomato, tomato. And we're going to add, we're going to have to expand the park just a little further. Zoop. So we've added in a number of park gates, and we'll look to add in some more. But let's get a park path network placed in. We're just going to use a normal park path. We won't use the tree-lined ones for now. A little bit of freeform, so we can add a little bit of and I wasn't using the freeform tool. So we do have our initial park path network in. We're going to come in and we are actually going to take our key and we are going to expand that out right up until the tram line. Although before we do any more landscaping along here, I do want to take care of the slope. Look at this. Like that is, and I'm no tram expert, you know, it might make it up as long as the weather's good. But let's see if we can slope this out just a bit. So we're going to use our slope terrain tool and we'll start here and we will come all the way up to here. Wow, 13.5% grade. There we go. That is a lot better. And as cool this would be to add a little tunnel in, you know what? I think, let's do that. I wasn't going to, and we'll add some paths here just to connect up for an actual tram stop. But actually, I like where this could go. So let's use our picker tool. We'll grab this and we will upgrade this piece. It wants to upgrade much more than I want. So let's come in and we're going to add a node here and a node there. And even though that flattened it, we're still going to do what and we're going to upgrade. Huh. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me come back in. We'll remove it. We'll check out the bridge height as soon as we get some folks coming through. But there's really no reason for pedestrians to start accessing this area. So while we're here, we're going to try to adjust this end piece here. Bring that right up. There we go. I think that's not bad. Now we have some texture here. I think I'll come in and put some rocks to decorate this up. But I do not currently intend to run the key across. So we're going to come into our landscaping tool. And we will just soften this terrain up just a bit. Looks pretty good. Not sure what was going on there. Let's just fix that up. So looking good. We've got our frame for our linear park. Now with this park, if we come into our park assets, we have these park plazas, and I think these would look pretty good flanking our pass over here. Now, even though these are elevated because of the slope, I actually do mostly like that. I think we're a little challenged. I think it looks good here on this side. Huh. What if we move this around a little? So I've pulled them back. We'll see if this works out for us. But I wanted to make sure people coming off this path didn't have to make a big jump up to get to this area. So I think that looks pretty good. Now, the other things to consider, what would be near some of these things, would be some public washrooms. So we'll be sure to add these in here. Now, we do have the ability of adding some other things as well. So let's have a look here. I like the chessboard as some amenity that would be close to the high school. It kind of attract people in. I think that's looking good. I think that's a good start. Now that we've swung ourselves around over here, I think we can see a few things that we need to improve upon before we get to completely detailing out this linear park. Now, for clarity, at linear park, obviously it's longer than it is wide, and we'll see how far we go, but the park basically is this section here, so linear-ish. But if we look over here, we've got this weird path that comes up here when I laid this out, just a little chunk. But obviously I don't think that's how that would really flow. And as well, we're kind of missing a connection. If you were to some reason enter here, you would have to come through, over, I guess underneath, back, down, if you're trying to get to the public library from going through this part of the park. Of course, in reality, the game might have you walk down a little further this way. But let's fix this up here, and I have an idea as to what I want to put back here. So we're going to grab this path here. We'll put on our curved tool. There we go. Same thing over here. I'm going to do a little curve. And I do want to find, before we finish the rest of the park, well, let's get rid of that. There we go, skate park. Let's add this in. And this is going to want to be close to the road. So let's see, how close can I get it before it gets happy? All right. So there we go. Okay. So now that we have this in, and actually I can't remember if the Parkify mod that I'm currently using will make this happy or not. Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. So we have this in. In fact, let's put 2. Let's make this a little skate park area. And although we'll do more detailing elsewhere, this is just going to be a concrete area for the skate park. We'll add some benches and maybe a little food truck or something to that effect. But I think that gives you an idea as to what this is. And obviously being close to the high school, this would be well used. So I think that's looking pretty good. Now, I wonder if I can get away with, if I back you up, I'm not sure whether these require power or not. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to get some power to jump here and make everybody happy. Let's just have a quick look to kind of see how things are going. You know what? I think what also would look good here, so we're gonna have to, first off, before we get to my grand plan at the moment, we are going to take that key and expand that out. And as you can kind of see here, the key and the road and the tram and likely the bike network will start to separate here. But I think what would look good in front of this is if we come in to our parks, we have option of a pier. And I think that's what we're going to do. Kind of center that. Looks pretty good. And we will make sure. Okay, there we go. That would work. And that will also help draw some people out. So we have a few things to do, and another one of those is we are going to add some regular parks in here, including our favorite dog park. I think a nice carousel would be pretty good as well. And I think finally a playground. There we go, small playground would also work. And we do need to add in some stops, or sorry, connect some pass up. So we will come up here and we will fix this path network as well. And there we go. I think we've got things set up. And before we get into a detailing time lapse, so we're going to work our way up here. And just before we get to our detailing time lapse, we do need to just do a little turnabout. So we will take our one-way tram Put on our curved road tool. And we will go at 3. Up 3. And we'll just repeat that until we get a nice little... Oop. Try that again. We'll do this until we get our little trim about. So we have that, and now we can get to a little detailing. This will eventually connect to something as we expand this area up here. But we're just going to focus on detailing out this main area. Let's get at it. So we have our linear park now in with this great public library as the anchor asset. We've detailed it up. You know, we got some plazas here, this water fountain, you know, and some other assets, and this nice little skate park over here, you know, which obviously the high school students that we added in this last episode will absolutely love. You know, I'm sure on their breaks or skipping class, they might be found over here. So thankfully the city was nice enough to leave these windows open, or this view open from the high school, so, you know, people can be checked up upon. You know, we have it all fenced in. You know, we will add this in up here. So the fencing is just at the lower part that we've done in this particular episode. But we have one more thing to do. And that is just add in a quick tram line. Now, if you notice, I did add a little roundabout or tram roundabout over here. So we'll have that come through here. We'll actually have it stop off in front of the facilities. We will add a stop here. Stop coming in. One just where we've got the paths connecting, and as well as again up here. We'll add one just to make sure it loops and goes up where we want. Obviously it will, but I want to make sure it goes on the correct side. We'll come down this way. And then they'll come back out. We'll put one right in front in case anyone wants to just get off right there. And we'll just quickly replicate these stops on the way back and complete our line. So let's watch the trams come out. And for our new line, here we go. And we should probably check to see how many they actually put on here. We have 8. I don't think we need that many to start. Let's bring that down to 4 and see how that does. These guys take a moment to unbunch. I think I confused these poor guys as wait a minute, are we fired? What's going on? So these guys will, I think, will loop back around and head back to the tram depot. Oh, we've got, oh no, nobody's using the stop yet over here. So the ones heading back. These guys are going in. And we have one person for all this new infrastructure. There's one person over here. Just waiting. Oh. And a price. So oh. Oh, she's gonna wait. Okay, we're starting to get some folks looking to join and take the tram. Although they're gonna wait a while because the tram's gotta work their way through and up. But I really like how this turned out. I think it looks very naturalized compared to when we began all this. So more to come, but we've got a nice waterfront development going along here with an anchor public library. I think most citizens and cities would love to have this type of facility here. Yeah, parking and transit as well. And a great linear park that will lead to some future development up here. So I'd like to thank you for watching. If you did enjoy today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.